Today's podcast is brought to you by Casper.com. Receive $50 towards any mattress purchase at www.caspertrial.com/SIBSB.
Until I met my new best friend, all of my boys say I'm tripping. When they call, I'm not answering. They always get my voicemail.
Alex, are we rolling? We are rolling. Welcome to another episode of Sorry I've Been So Busy.
Enthusiastic.
Yeah, that was well, I didn't want to give it my Jared Kushner voice. Welcome, Alex. This is the podcast where we talk to very busy people about what they're busy with. Sometimes we talk to not very busy people about what they are pretending to be busy with. We're going to find out from our guest in a few minutes which category he falls into. I don't know this guy too well, so I'm excited to find out.
I do. I'm very excired.
That's Andrew Goldstein.
At Ange Gold on Twitter, and Gegold.
My name is Matt Goldich. At Matt Goldich on Twitter, MattGoldich.
We are members of the Showbiz Studios family of podcasts.
Please follow them on Facebook and Twitter at Showbiz Studios, SHOWBRIZ Studios, and now we're on YouTube. Yes, that's right. There's the Showbiz Studios YouTube channel where you can find out. You can actually, listen to all of the podcasts that are part of the Showbiz network.
We're YouTube stars.
You can watch them, but my understanding is there's not much to see. It's just you play them in the background in a tab, and then
We're YouTube stars. It's like us, PewDiePie,
Smosh,
Musically,
yeah, Obama Girl,
yeah.
But let's get all the plugs out of the way up top, please.
Austin Mahone,
yes, go to our YouTube page for the Busy Podcast. Sorry, I've been so busy podcast, and also follow us on Twitter at Busy Podcast on Twitter. And please also rate and review our podcast on iTunes. That also really helps us bump us up.
Throw us a 5-star rating. Leave us a nice review. You could become the next Busybody of the Week.
Yes, that reminds me. We have the Busybody of the Week this week. And it's somebody I understand that you know. It's Noam Brown. Noam Brown is our busybody.
Part of a legendary camp family.
Yes, he left a nice iTunes review. He said, add this podcast to your favorites, 5 stars. Such a fun show. I've only listened to 7 or 8 episodes so far. That's a decent amount.
That's a good amount.
That's a good chunk. But I have enjoyed every one of them. I love the way Andrew and Matt go into the deep, mundane, day-to-day details of guests' lives, and somehow it comes out really entertaining, funny, and intriguing. Maybe because even famous people are still actually just people like the rest of us. Keep it up.
That's like the Us Weekly column.
Exactly.
Celebrities are just like us. Shout out to Noam Brown and all the Brown family members.
Stars. They're just like us.
Noam sent me a nice personal message, and that's why I was, I knew that was him.
Great. Well, thank you so much. And you could be the next Busybody of the Week if you leave us a...
very prestigious honor.
Yeah. Very prestigious. A few have attained.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for everybody who's been listening and downloading and giving us nice messages.
Matt, this is post Father's Day weekend. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
This is your second Father's Day?
It's my third as a father.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the first time, it's interesting. I was just talking about this with my wife about how, strangers wish you a happy Father's Day. Like, we don't remember that from when we were a kid, like random people, like seeing my dad and then going happy Father's Day.
Random people that you don't know.
Yeah.
They're just like, he looks virile.
No, they'll see you. Well, okay, there's a couple parts to this. One is people will see you with your kid on the street and wish you a happy Father's Day.
Context clues.
But then also, Friday, I was at the bank and I had to go to the teller to do a transaction.
Ugh.
And at the end, I know. And at the end of the transaction, the teller goes, she goes, have a nice weekend. I go, thank you, have a nice weekend. And then she goes, are you a father? And it was still Friday, so Father's Day was not quite on my mind yet. And I was like, yeah, what's it to you?
And then she was like, can I make you one?
I was sort of like wary, like I did.
It was a pickup line.
Yeah, and then she goes, happy Father's Day. And I go, oh, thank you so much. Yeah, and I did. It didn't even occur to me that it was a big deal. I mean, I think
she was into you, Matt.
Honestly, our Father's Day was very low-key. We've been out of town a lot, so it was kind of nice just to do not much of anything. How was your Father's Day, June?
Father's Day?
You're not a father.
I'm not a father, but we were out east at the beach, and some of Jamie's mom and sister were away, so it was just me, Jamie, and her dad. And
your father-in-law.
My father-in-law. Mm-hmm. And he took us fishing.
Oh, wow.
on the bay. My first
In a boat.
in a boat where it was like 10 to 12 people fishing, sort of lined around the boat. Everybody had their poles in the water. There was no casting, but this was my first time fishing. And
Wait, there's no casting.
no casting. You just kind of dump your. You just
Okay.
kind of. I mean, some people cast a little bit, but it's not like Deadliest Catch.
Yes. Is he a fisherman? Is he
Yes,
an avid?
No, I would say very avid, very inavid.
Yeah.
Just like casual.
Casual
fisherman.
rodsman.
He's a casual rodsman. He's a stick man.
And you
I have never gone fishing.
you've never fished.
Don't mind boats. I don't get nauseous. I don't have any of those issues. But I've never fished. I've never had the occasion to do so.
Closest you've ever been to fishing is microwaving a package of Gortons.
I love a good fish stick.
Yeah. Okay.
That's one of my favorite
This is your
dinners.
first time fishing.
First
ever.
time fishing.
Never like stood on the side of a lake.
No, at camp I caught frogs and stuff
Right.
in my hands.
Yeah, it doesn't count. Yeah.
But never did the.
How was the experience?
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's just so good. Here's I'm looking around and like all these guys with their like bait and tackle and shit. They're like catching stuff, but they're not using anything much different than I'm using. And they're catching stuff and I wasn't. And I'm thinking it was mostly we were catching fluke.
Yeah.
And there's like a length limit, or you got to throw it back. So if it was 19 inches or above, you got to keep it, and then they fillet it on the boat for you, and you take it home, you cook it.
Oh, that's cool.
So Jamie kicked ass. She caught like 6 fish. Most of them got thrown back, but one of them was long enough. We took it home, filleted it, ate it for dinner. We made fish tacos.
Was it good?
It was wonderful.
You didn't catch anything?
I didn't catch one thing. I had one half bite. Tried to pull my rod up, and it was gone, and then nothing else. And it's like you're spending 4 to 5 hours on the boat, and I'm literally just standing there
Yes.
for 4.5 hours.
Now, you found this to be do you think you would have had a more positive experience if you had caught something? Like, would that have completely turned you around?
I think if in my
on
first
fishing?
hour or two that I caught something,
Yeah.
I would have been much more into it by the second 2 hours.
Did you find it, like, meditative at all or
No.
relaxing?
I did not.
No, you're looking at your phone.
I was looking at my phone in
Yeah.
between every bell ring when you take when
Yeah.
they move positions.
Because I think...
Well, I was there for the Instagram. Meanwhile, I
yes.
didn't Instagram anything. I need to.
Because I think that,
Jamie
like,
did.
one of the things that people enjoy about fishing is the idea of, like, it clears the head. You're out there with no distractions. But if
But
you're, 100 yards away from a cell signal, just looking at your phone the whole time.
And also, I wasn't like in a dinghy
defeats the
with
point.
one other person.
Yeah.
I was there. It was like 12 people. Everybody. There was a lot of activity on the boat.
I don't know that I have ever fished.
Can I tell a really funny, like me, part of this day?
Sure.
We get on the boat at like noon. I had a call for this wrestling radio show. I preview every pay-per-view. There's a pay-per-view that Sunday. This was Saturday. I preview every pay-per-view on the radio in Memphis. Shout out to Cerrito Live. And they called me at 12:40, and I had to go like under the boat where everybody put their bags.
Yeah.
And like take this fucking wrestling call and like handicap Money in the Bank pay-per-view on the fishing boat.
How did you know you'd be able to get a signal out there?
I
on the
didn't.
water?
I took the chance.
Yeah. I have a coworker who goes like every 1 or maybe 2 years for like a week fishing trip with like his father and his father's friends, and they just go out and they fish in like rural Canada.
We need to book somebody who knows about fishing on here, because I'm convinced unless you're like real fisherman,
Yeah.
deadliest catch kind of thing, what's it called? The Bass Shop. What is that? The
Bass Pro Shop,
Bass Pro Shop.
Bassmasters.
I don't think there's any skill to it.
Interesting. I'm sure
Bass
there's
Pro Shop,
I'm sure
yeah.
there's skill, in terms of like choosing the correct,
I mean, some of these guys look
Lure.
like they bought expensive bait
yeah.
and like little doohickeys that hang off that are in neon colors.
I'm glad that you ate the fish, because I will say the idea of catch and release fishing is the dumbest. Like the idea. I mean,
well, if it's manual release.
well, I mean, you gotta have a happy ending, and that's
Yeah.
the meal. So a
lot of protein.
I mean, I guess I understand if you're some sort of humanitarian, or you don't want to eat the animal because you think it's cruel. Then I understand, but then why go fishing in the first place?
Yeah, I was totally into the eating part of it.
Yeah.
She caught a beautiful fish, and it filleted beautifully, and it cooked up beautifully.
See, to me, that makes the day
wonderful
kind of
yeah,
worth
it was great.
it. You know, hopefully it's nice.
I think
weather.
if we brought sandwiches, I would have had a better time.
Yeah.
We didn't bring
tuna
sandwiches.
bumblebee tuna.
Yeah.
I like. I can't say I would. I actually would like to go fishing.
Alex, you fish?
Alex is fished. He's an outdoorsman.
Only when I'm out on Friday nights.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Gio, there we go. All right.
Okay. That was
I thought his answer was
predictable.
going to be gefilte fish.
That would have been the other 50-50. Depending on the boat. We went on a boat for your bachelor party. That was fun. I enjoyed that.
There were sandwiches on that boat.
There were sandwiches. And
There were
beers.
more sandwiches than people.
And I also I've had mixed experiences on the boat with my
I think we talked the
in-laws.
sailing you don't like.
Yeah,
it's a lot of
sailing's
work.
a little rough. It's a lot of work. It's a lot, the motorboat or some sort of, boat, electric boat. I enjoy that.
All right.
Well, I'm glad, it's a bucket list item.
It was wonderful
You checked it
time
off the
spent with
list.
my
You've
father-in-law.
gone
He had a
fishing.
great time.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. And we had a great time.
It's like going to the opera.
Yeah.
You got to do it once in your life.
Happy Father's Day to all of our fathers.
Yeah, to all you
all of
dads out
our
there.
male listeners who have children.
Yes, which is, given the Maplewood contingent, it's a lot.
know.
We'll be right back with our guest after this break. For you, the listeners of Sorry I've Been So Busy, Casper is offering $50 towards any mattress purchase at Casper.com. This is something we talk about all the time on the podcast. Everybody's so busy. They don't get enough sleep. Their sleep is interrupted. They got their phone by the bed. They're checking it in the middle of the night. We're not going to change any of these things, so why not get a better sleep on a better mattress from Casper.com? To receive $50 towards any mattress purchase, go to CasperTrial.com/SIBSB. Again, that's CasperTrial.com/SIBSB for $50 towards any mattress purchase. All right, we're back with our guest. Andrew, introduce our guest, please.
This is, he's one of my favorite comedians, and he's a mensch. I've done 2 pilots and a series with him. Also, he came very early in his career, had him come on Big Morning Buzz Live.
Oh.
And he did stand-up in a very short-lived stand-up segment
They did stand-up on that
we
show?
tried to do on the show. But anyway, I've done a bunch of shows with him, and he's just the best. And I'm a big fan. And he's from Philly, so give it up for Derek Gaines.
Hey, now,
Lots
what's
to
happening?
talk
What's
about.
going on?
Lots to talk about. Derek, we were just talking about fishing. Have you ever been fishing before?
And back when I was in, camp.
Yeah?
Yeah, I fished when I was in camp.
Like from a boat or just from the side of it?
yeah, just tie a rope to a stick. And
Yeah.
little,
See, I never did even any of that. So
fishing line to a stick. I mean, not rope to a stick. Like
Right.
fishing line. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
no
last
problem.
week I went for Father's Day. I went fishing for the first time with my father-in-law, and it was quite the experience.
Yeah, fishing's boring.
That's what he said.
Unless you're going deep sea fishing and there's sharks
Yeah,
and all
deadliest
kinds.
catch.
There's fish that bite back.
Yeah.
Although I said this before, I mean, I think a lot of things that were formerly boring are now less boring because of, phones. You
Yeah.
know, I think, I've said this so many times on the podcast, but, menial labor.
He's like, if you're a janitor,
I was like, I think I could be a janitor with podcasts.
I used to be a janitor.
Did
so,
you?
yeah.
How long ago were you a janitor?
From age 15 to 28.
And
they hire a 15-year-old janitor.
I had a church. At church.
yeah,
for hire.
church.
did they let you listen to headphones?
Yeah.
Did that make it more?
It made it cool, but
Yeah.
the only thing I regret is not smoking weed when I was
Right.
a janitor for that many years.
Yeah.
I didn't smoke. Weed came later in comedy when I
Do
quit.
you feel like podcasts would have made a breeze by?
Yeah, if I could have listened to them or actually did my own as I was cleaning.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that probably would have
That would have been a good podcast.
You were a janitor for 13 years
something like that. Yeah.
in the same place?
Not
or
in the
just-
same place.
Different churches?
Different. No, one was a church. One was the Garden State Parkway, and another one was the New Jersey Turnpike.
On the the
I used
rest
to clean
stops or
toll
the-
booths and toll plazas.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Wow. Wait, let's name some. You ever do the what are the ones on the New Jersey Turnpike?
The Molly Pitcher?
You ever do the Molly Pitcher?
No, he's talking about toll booths. And wait, and the rest areas? Too?
Not the rest
no,
areas.
Oh,
toll
I was
booths
saying the rest
and
stops.
And toll plazas. And
Toll
certain areas,
plazas.
where I was in Union, or it was all North Jersey. One was the Newark.
A lot of strewn pennies everywhere.
Yeah.
A lot of the Newark police station, the one across the street from the airport.
Oh,
I used
man.
to clean that. And then in Union, New Jersey, I used to clean that yard. And that
How do you
toll
even physically get there? Like that's
I had a
something
van.
I've always wondered.
is how does this toll
How
booth
do they
operate?
transport you into the booth?
There's back roads they teach you about.
Oh wow.
There's back roads in order to pull up to the plaza in the back way.
Do they drive you or you drive?
No, I drive. So it's just like they gave you a map and there's all kinds of like underpasses and shit that you can pass.
It's like where the Sopranos bury bodies.
You're not supposed to know where it's at. So
Yeah.
when you got a job there, you got a job there because there was all kinds of back roads in order
Yeah.
to pull up.
We're already learning.
And then where do you-
crossing over the highway. Like there was all kinds of undershoots and shit like that, like
And
little
then-
secret passageways. And,
And then where do you park?
you just park in the lot. But
I've seen the lot, like
Yeah.
by the highway, and then
but
how
people
do you,
don't know how to get to that lot.
you
Like
don't
how the
know how
fuck?
to-
That's the beauty because there's all kinds of weird back roads that you take.
and,
in
how,
order-
and how do you get from the lot to the toll booth?
well,
You
just go to
walk?
the toll plaza. Yeah, you walk through.
And do you have to be like, stop?
No,
Stop,
you
everybody's-
you kind of frogger it out. You look, and then you hop and kind of clean it, and then you do it again. It was risky, but it was fun.
Wow. Yeah, it's amazing. That
It wasn't. I take that. It was not fucking fun. It wasn't fun at all.
No. But look, look at you now, man. You
Yeah.
did what? 2 pilots in L.A.
To what? A pilot in L.A. I'm shooting a show now.
with Tracy Morgan, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, is there anything you could tell us about that, or is it under wraps?
Well, it's filming in Brooklyn. The Last O.G. comes out in the fall on TBS, and I'm in
So
like
cool.
7 episodes. It should be good.
That's
Nice.
got to be fun working with Tracy.
It's good. And Cedric the Entertainer's on it too.
Cedric
wow.
the Entertainer.
Plus, it's cool you get to do it here.
Tiffany Haddish, yeah, and
She's great.
a lot of funny people on the show. So I'm
That's
glad to be
great.
a part of something that funny, like a good ensemble of funny.
And we were talking before we rolled. You were on Training Day, the series.
Training Day, the series.
You had a
I was
gun?
on episode 7 of that, robbing old white people.
There you go.
It was
Gun to your
pretty-
head.
Not my head. It was a gun to her head.
Gun to her head.
Gun to her kneecap, rather, and then I put it in her face.
Ooh, diabolical.
But yeah, I learned in Hollywood you can't have the gun on the actual person. It has to be like 3 inches away. When you're
Yeah.
doing that stuff, like you
Right.
can't get all real with the scene.
Because of
and put the cold steel to the head, because it's like
because of
it's
Bruce
CBS.
Lee's son.
It's CBS. Well, no, it was
I
an
feel like
empty
all
gun.
the rules changed after
No,
Brandon
there was
Lee.
no gun in. There was no clip in the gun.
Is it a safety thing, or is it just they don't let you show someone?
Yeah, you can't be that
Like a
violent on
censorship.
CBS where
Right.
you put cold steel to somebody's skin.
Because it's like Disney.
Yeah.
Something like, yeah, it was real.
Interesting.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Hawaii 5-0, I notice all the time. They don't.
Yeah, there was one part in the show where the dude called us mouth breathers. That was his insult.
Yeah.
Go get those mouth breathers or you're going to have a problem in jail. You're going to be in prison, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
That's like when TV redubs really graphic movies and they're like, forget you, man.
Well, actually, no. There was one line that was kind of edgy. It was like, if you don't get these 2 mouth breathers, you are going to be in prison with a wig, eyelashes, with your teeth busted out so they can have easy access. I said, that was a little gross.
All right, they got
Wow.
through
They
that.
can
They
do
got
that on
that through the
CBS?
censors.
Yeah. No teeth just for easy access. I was like, that was gross.
I was
Meanwhile, the kid on Modern Family's telling his dad to eat a dick.
Yeah. I was flipping through channels yesterday. I was watching, for some reason, well, I mean, I know why, but Forrest Gump was on, and so I was like, it's one of
Don't
those-
get me started on that shit there, bro.
Okay. What?
Oh, god damn.
You don't like the
Jenny is the most diabolical character.
Wait
Yeah.
a second.
Jenny is the devil.
Jamie just.
Every time I watch that movie, Jenny do something else to make me go, what the? She's just that dark.
But Jamie just pointed out to me, my wife, she just pointed out to me that Jenny was played by Robin Wright Penn.
Oh, you didn't
Yeah,
know that?
you know that?
Now, I know her. Now I like think of her strictly as House of Cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mrs. Underwood, and I totally don't see it. Like it's completely disconnect for me. Wait, tell us about Jenny.
Yeah,
don't
she
you know?
She uses it.
She used them the
completely.
whole
She's a
time.
user.
I
And
feel
when
like-
she was used up, she submitted to him.
I feel
I got AIDS now, and this is your kid that you didn't know about for
I
5
feel like
years.
she's on par with what's her name from Almost Famous. Also very diabolical.
No, she's on par with Ultron.
Penny,
She's on par with Ultron.
It's-
that woman there is the worst shit ever.
Doing
she
the
bought
Ultron
that.
dance.
My man asked her to marry her, and she bought him a pair of Nike Cortez. Get the fuck out of here, man. It's not a good running shoe. I'm mad.
history has not been kind to Forrest Gump. A lot of people. I'm not a big pulp.
Jenny, go with me. I know we in D.C. Now I'm gonna go with the Black Panthers and see what happens after this dude hit me in the face, but I'm gonna still get on the bus. What are you doing?
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
He went to war, wrote her letters. He wrote her letters. They sent them all back. What? He had a stack of letters. Remember he went to war?
Yeah.
He went to war thinking about Jenny. Huh? People was dying around him. But yet, he thought about her.
It was a crush.
The censored version. I don't know if you remember the scene where he's the guy he says shit happens, and the guy makes the bumper sticker out of it. In the censored version, it's it happens.
Oh God.
It was pretty bad. I was like, I can't believe in 2017 we're still doing like the horrible censored version of movies where everybody knows.
I just remembered Major League on TV was the famous "Fuck you, Joe Boo, I'll do it myself" scene was "Forget you, Joe Boo, I do it myself."
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Snakes on a plane, same thing.
Yeah.
I want to
Get
see
these what was it?
Monkey fighting.
Yeah, get these monkey fighting.
Off these Monday through Friday.
That's hilarious.
This is the sketch that I want to see. Is Tom Hanks? He brings back the character Forrest Gump because Forrest Gump was always getting invited to the White House. So I want to see him get invited to the Donald Trump White House, and then after meeting Donald Trump, be like, "Hey, who's this retard?"
Yeah.
Like I think
Forrest Gump says that about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and Trump does his lame hand bit. His classic lame hand bit.
Yeah.
Hey, so you're from Philly.
Oh.
Now, see, I know this about you, but we've never gotten into it. Matt and I are both from different suburbs.
Okay.
Yes.
But I've never gotten into the nitty gritty of what high school, like where exactly are you from?
Well, born in Cali, born on the Air Force Base in Cali, moved around. And then I moved to Northeast Philly when I was like 2.5, 3.
So the Northeast, the great Northeast.
Northeast Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Northeast Philly where...
So like Northeast High School?
No, I went to George Washington High.
Oh, that's right near where my dad was.
I only went for 1 year because I went to Greenberg Elementary School.
Okay.
That was a K through 8 program, and I stayed there. Then I moved to I moved to Jersey when I was 14.
Okay.
So I had like 1 year of Philly high school.
Well, let's just talk about that area of the Northeast because I know it very well. My dad lived on Veree. Aldo's Pizza?
I lived on Veree.
Yeah. Do you know Aldo's Pizza right near the high school?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All that shit. The Rec Boys, Penny Pack, all that.
Penny Pack Park?
Yeah.
Sure.
Susquehanna.
All that good
all that
stuff.
shit. Yeah.
Lesh? Wasn't Lesh the middle school?
I didn't go to Lesh. I went to Greenberg. I was in the back. Like, I was in this nice neighborhood with like...
Red Fern Pharmacy at Red Lion?
See, here
I know Red Lion, but I didn't know Red Fern.
Okay.
But all that shit. But
there's a good Wawa right on...
they're all good. There's no bad
all good.
Wawa.
All Wawas are good.
He has a lot. See, I have a lot of Philly pride, but no Philly knowledge because I lived in the suburbs, moved away in high school. So I root for all the teams, but my knowledge of the city of Philadelphia is very low. You're like
yeah. So then you moved to Jersey. What part? South.
South Jersey, Lindenwold.
Okay, that's a good stop on the
speed line.
On the high speed line. Yeah. I know it well. What was your mall?
It was Echelon Mall.
Echelon Mall, yeah.
Echelon Mall when I
my
was a
brother
young
lives
man.
in Voorhees now, so
it's Voorhees Center Commons now. It's awful.
Yeah.
But when we was kids, that was the hot spot. We was hanging out.
Did you ever
talking to girls, parking lot, pimping?
As an African American
like $1 movie theater
teenager, living in Lindenwold, did you ever venture into the Cherry Hill Mall?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? That's where all the nasty Puerto Rican girls go. The Pensacola High girls is down there.
Yeah.
Man, the Dollar Movie Theater. Where's that?
I was at Echelon. That was back in the
I know. The only Dollar Movie theaters I ever went to were in Scranton at camp, and then there was one in Florida I used to go to with my grandparents.
Give us some food court highlights from the Echelon or Cherry Hill Mall.
Food court. When they put a Chick-fil-A...
Hey now.
In
I think there's one in Echelon.
Deptford Mall. There was a wrap. That was one. Chick-fil-A, Cherry Hill Mall was always good for all the, the regular.
Yeah, the good stuff.
The Sbarros and
Baines Deli.
Baines, yeah.
Arthur Treacher's.
Yeah.
All
the free samples at the Panda Express or the Manchu Wok or whatever.
All that.
The
Panda
lady
Express,
out front with the chicken teriyaki is the
what was it? Cajun Express, Cajun.
Yeah, and they always had the free samples.
And you always ate the chicken.
Oh, the Cajun chicken.
Yeah, the Cajun chicken was always good.
I was talking
with the lo mein noodles.
I was talking to somebody recently about
Orange Julius
with a teenage kid, and they said that kids still do hang out at the mall because you always hear that retail is dying and people don't go to stores anymore.
They hang out at Cherry Hill.
Kids do hang out at the mall still, which I was kind of happy
go to the
hear.
mall, man. They got sneaker stores and girls there.
Hot Topic.
Yeah,
right.
Sneaker stores, girl, Hot Topic, and GameStop.
GameStop is huge, yeah. So then, when does Derek venture into like the city and start doing stand-up?
I was a tender age. I was in music school. I went to University of Arts in South Philly.
Shout out.
I was a conga player.
A what?
I was a conga player. Like
you mentioned
I was in the Afro-Cuban rhythms. I had majored in it.
You mentioned on Vidiots.
Yeah.
You played
the conga drum. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The quinto, the conga, the tumbadero. But I played a fourth one, too. I was pretty good. Because I played in high school.
You ever play the steel drum?
Nah. And then,
he answered that question like you were the biggest fucking idiot for it. Yeah, I love it. I love
anyway, so that I was in school for Afro-Cuban rhythms. I was in all kinds of bands and shit like that. But in school, they was like, yo, you kind of funny. They got a comedy club on 2nd and Front called the Laugh House. Go check that out.
Yeah.
And I ordered
Right
it.
off South.
Yeah, I ordered it. My whole 18. I went down and watched open mic, see what people was doing, was wrong or right. And I was like, all right. The day after I turned 19, I went down there for the first time. I got on the mic, and I was like, wow, I bombed. But one girl laughed, and I was like, this is the shit that I'm supposed to do. So I came back. I was like, I'll get another one of those later, and I came back next week. And then I just never stopped. I dropped out of college and everything, just became a comedian.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here's my Laugh House story. So I did not know anything about it other than, we used to go to South Street and hang out and walk. And so I remember walking by it one day and they said, there's an open mic next week. It said it on the sign.
Yeah.
I had never done comedy before. Always wanted to. Did not know it was a black club. And I was like, I'm going to come back next week and do the open mic. So I came back with my friend. Like, I wrote out a bunch of jokes, came back. And thank God the club was closed, or I had the wrong night, or there was no open mic, because I think I would have been pretty.
Because
I think I.
The reason I love Philly so much is because that open mic we did that Wednesday was a real show.
Yeah,
that wasn't just comics talking to comics. Fuck all that. It was a real show because all the Drexel and Temple kids would come down because it was cheap. It was $5 to get in, and then it was just the indigenous people, the people of Philly coming in, north, southwest. And these are tough areas. And they know where the light is at. So it's like, you got to go up and perform.
Yeah.
So we had to get good quick. So that open mic scene pushed us to be better hosts, better features, better.
And a lot of comedians have come out of that.
Yeah.
And it's not like New York where there's like 20 booked shows on a Wednesday night around town. It's like, that's the show.
It was either the Laugh House, and before Helium opened, it was the Laugh House and just maybe a few bars.
So I was going to bring that up. Philly is a weird comedy city because it's not. It's not extensive. There might be some comedy, there might be some clubs and some hotel lobbies in the sort of outskirts, but like it used to be the Laugh House and like Comedy Sports if you kind of did the improv thing, and that was it.
And then Helium opened, and now the Punchline is
now
open.
the Punchline.
So now it's a scene.
Yeah,
it's a scene now. It's a big scene.
So how long did you do it in Philly for?
5 years.
Kevin Hart came out of that scene.
Kevin Hart came out of there. He was on his way out. Soul Plane was coming out as I was coming in.
Right.
So he was on his way about to pop into fame, and I was coming in like, yo, who's that guy? And I was 19.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Who else did we have on? Because, I know Big J was from there, and DeRosa.
Big J, I used to watch him kill.
Who else? Who did we have on the show? Somebody did that.
Well,
somebody else
not on the pod, but Kurt Metzger came out of that scene.
Kurt, Mike V, DeRosa.
I forget who else. I thought we had somebody else.
We may have talked about it with
Monroe
Sherrod.
Martin.
Oh, maybe Sherrod.
Yeah, Monroe.
So, and then after 5 years, you came here to New York.
Yeah, moved to New York.
Yeah.
And then, because what I was getting told in Philly was like, yo, you funny enough to go to the big city.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be a local celebrity. Get out of here. You smart, Derek. That's all you say. You smart, Derek. Go to New York, fall off your ass a couple times. But New York is where you need to be. It's savvy out there. You a savvy comic. Go out there and get your mainstream.
How long did it take you to figure out New York?
Well, it'll be 14 years doing comedy next month. I've been out here just about 10. So I started figuring out 2 years ago.
Right.
So there's a lot of starting over.
Oh, yeah, a lot of that. A lot of couch surfing, a lot of moving back to mom's house, a lot of struggle, a lot of jumping turnstiles to get to sets, hanging out, going to that janitor job early in the morning, fucking up because I've been hanging out in the city all night with my friends.
So we talked to Mike Lawrence. He had like he worked at the airport.
Yeah.
Unloading like meal carts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
and then
funny.
he would
it's
leave
funny
and
what
go
guys
do
do when they really want this comedy shit.
Yeah.
Like I've seen some people come and go, but all the people that's still here, we was here for a reason because we did dumb shit in order to stay relevant in New York.
I mean, Mark Norman was a janitor, right?
Yeah, Mark.
He's got like an hour special, and
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, and that's I always found. Well, some people are like waiters or bartenders, but I always found like night jobs are the worst for comedy. You want something in the day. I always did like temping or just like shitty office jobs.
That's funny. Well, I take that. That could be my blow off story.
We'll get there. We'll get there. But we should get into your day.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, I know you've just been filming this thing, or if you want to talk about like a day in your life when you don't have something to, or
Very
just
simple.
doing stand up or
well, most of the time, if I don't have to do laundry or I don't have to go back to Jersey to visit my mom, Derek Gaines, I wake up around 11, sometimes 12, maybe 1, on a mattress on the floor in Brooklyn. I got my TV, my PlayStation. I always wake and bake at least for an hour. Mm-hmm. Wake and bake for an hour. I get hungry. I go down to the mini fish market under the J train. I get me a steamed whiting and salmon with steamed vegetables.
That's the first meal of the day?
Yep. And then
wait, break that sandwich down for us, please.
No, it's not.
It's not a sandwich, it's a platter. So
platter.
You go to I think the Koreans, they have like this fresh fish market.
Yeah.
Right, and they got all the shrimps and all that. But they got a fryer and a steamer too, so it's bomb. So if anything in between $3.50 and $13.50, you can get 10 shrimps with the steamed vegetables, or you can get fried shrimps with the steamed vegetables. You can get fried whiting sandwiches, catfish sandwich, whatever.
Wow.
They got all this cool ass seafood. So I always get the salmon and the whiting with the steamed vegetables.
I love salmon.
I have so
we
many,
know this about me.
I have so many questions. First of all, first meal of the day is a piece of fish.
Why not?
Why not? Because it's what you want.
Yeah.
And also, you're high, and that's what you're craving, or you just have restraint and you get something healthy. As opposed
is this
to
a protein
Yeah, I'm trying to kick red meat.
Uh-huh.
I eat chicken when there's no fish available, but now that I know there's a fish spot up the street from my house, that's where I go. And,
I
that's
see,
my eating healthy.
Though being high
great.
and being like, I want like fish and chips or something, fried or gross or whatever. But you're like, the fact that you're able to what's it called? Do that and then be healthy is, I guess if it's a routine, if it's part of your day.
Yeah, and then
breakfast of champions.
Yeah, fish plate. The fish plate is good. If I wake up. Because the funny thing is, I don't go to sleep till 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
So the sun's out. I'm either up. There's a coffee shop I go to called the Bush Republic House. I go there. I always get my cafe latte or my chai tea latte with coconut milk.
Yeah.
And write a joke. And then the day goes on. I play a lot of Street Fighter. That's my thing.
That's your thing?
I play Street
Come here!
Yeah, no, that's Mortal Kombat.
Yeah! Back at home?
I have
or
like
back at
8.
home.
Okay.
So I either get the coffee or the fish, come back home, put music on. I start playing Street Fighter. Because I talk a lot of shit when I play.
Yeah.
So I got to be able to back it up. So I practice a lot of Street Fighter. And I
Are you
run jokes in my
online
head all
with
day.
kids?
Huh?
Are you talking? No, you don't do that shit.
No. And then...
just when people come over and you're playing.
Yeah.
You talk shit.
Okay. And then I run jokes out I talk to myself and play... Like, I say jokes to myself.
Yeah.
That sounds better.
While you play?
While I'm playing.
And then do you ever write it down, the wording, or it's all in your head?
I write it down if I'm, like, getting on to something new.
Yeah.
I re-tag my jokes, like, every day. Like, the jokes I told the night before, I'm like... There's something funny about that. And then I'll just start saying them out. And I go, oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
Press pause. Write it down. Go back.
So this is really interesting because this is like your process. And it works for you.
Yeah. And everybody shits on me. Why don't you have a bed frame? Why don't you, blah, 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 like going out during the day?
That's the worst burn, by the way.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
In that room, in my little zone, I've come up with so much material.
Yeah.
I eat food, I work out. Sometimes 3 times out of the week, I go to Planet Fitness.
So I was going to wait till it got brought up organically, but what I know about you, I don't know if you still do it, but the 3, 4, 5 in the morning, go to the gym.
I used to do
still
that.
A thing?
I go to the gym during the day now, but
when I first met Derek,
I was doing the midnight.
He was like,
gym runs.
when I'm done here, I'm going to the gym. And I was like, what? And he was like, it's empty. It's an empty gym.
You do see those people sometimes late at night.
Yeah, I used to do
there's a
that
reason
gym
it's a 24-hour fitness because people
I used to run the gym late. 4 or 5 in the morning. It's fun.
Anything weird about anything, or it's just an empty gym and you have free reign?
Some of them dedicated muscle-bound meatheads be in there.
Right.
Working out, doing whatever, dropping
grunting.
Weights. Yeah.
If you think of stand-up as your work day, it's like people go to the gym at the end of work, so it's like, why not go?
Yeah, so, and then I get up on stage at night. That's most time the night starts at 7 o'clock when I leave. And then I go ahead into the city 8 o'clock and do another 9 o'clock, and then sometimes the seller's late. I gotta go do a 1 a.m. spot, just whatever.
Yeah.
But I thrive in the night. When the sun goes down, that's when I really get pushing.
Do you eat again before going up on stage or in between
Probably
sets?
eat after. I eat after.
What do you eat late at night?
Could be an omelet, feta cheese, and spinach. Could be a salad with salmon on it. Or I might fuck up and eat like chicken with vegetables and mashed potatoes.
That's a fuck up. Wow.
Dare to walk on the wild side.
Dare with vegetables.
And then and then sometimes I'm always a dessert guy. If they got tiramisu on the menu, I always get that and some coffee. Yeah. But whatever.
Do you smoke weed at all the rest of the day? Or,
of course.
Yeah. but not when you're out too. Okay.
If not, if I know I'm gonna be out a while, I'll take an edible and then just roll on that.
So edibles. What's your preferred edible? Like a brownie?
Nah, like
Is that
candies.
like
I like
played out
the little candies.
Ah, okay.
Candies are easy, and they don't hit you too hard.
Do you have a guy? I don't want to get.
I got a guy.
We don't want to blow up anybody's spot, but you have a guy.
Yeah, I got a few guys.
Okay. What's the contact? You call him, text him.
What are you doing right now?
I know. I'm just curious.
No, he's not asking who the guy is.
I don't need to know details. I just want to know.
He just wants a general sense of...
Calls and texts.
Call
Is there
and
a
text.
coded language?
Yeah, it's coded line.
I love it.
It's coded. Yeah,
I love it.
Then you got to meet him in person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either or they do delivery. Which
Right.
is pretty cool.
A handful of times I've participated in this activity, and sometimes you would have to let the person into your apartment, and then sometimes you would have to get in the person's car, and there was sort of like a debate about which one is safer or less.
These hipsters is cool now.
Yeah.
So, and plus Bushwick is a nice neighborhood, so it's a regular. I'm friends with most of them.
I feel like the majority of
They're friends of my comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a regular at the Stand, and we've had Kimowitz on this podcast. I know. Do you ever partake in that kind of food? All that good stuff.
I've had all that.
He tries to make it.
Now I try to. I've made friends with the chefs so I can get little twists and turns on food.
That's fun.
They make
secret menu stuff.
Yeah, secret menu stuff. So I get stuff now that they don't even put on the menu, so it's cool.
Nice.
Make friends
That's
with
how
the
you
chefs.
know you've made it.
Make friends with the
Make
chefs.
friends with the chefs
Now,
and the janitors.
I have a question. Have you tried like other forms of this is going back to the day. Have you tried cutting out like the video games and just for comparison's sake, just to see like how it affects you, or
I do push-ups. I'll do push-ups and sit-ups.
No, because I'm I'm just wondering if I'm criticizing, not being negative. I'm just curious, like if you found this is the process that definitely works best for me, and I'm gonna stick with it, as opposed in terms of comparing it to something, or if you're just
if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it.
That's
Yeah.
I mean,
things seem to be going well for you,
right.
so it's
I can get 2 paragraphs worth of jokes every other day.
That's pretty good. Because sometimes you see people who get stuck in that rut and they never write new jokes, and then you're and then you can ascribe it to being oh, I think that person's being lazy, it's not a lifestyle. But you
gotta understand, I'm a psychopath.
Right. Yeah.
I sit and I listen to my brain just go all day long.
Yeah.
So I'm never gonna be because if I get I'm stagnant every 2 weeks.
Right.
I hate my set every 2 weeks. So I go, nope, I got to go write something else. I'm at New Jokes at Fat Black. I'm at the cellar doing new you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm up doing that.
Yeah.
Because most of the time I ain't sleep anyway. I'm in that room going, what the fuck else is funny?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so.
No, I think that makes sense, because I think there are some people, I think there's some people who use it as a rationalization, and there are other people who really do write that way and work best that way, and that works for them.
Just press pause when something hits you.
Everybody has a
Write it
different-
down, go back to playing video games.
Yeah.
I'm getting nice with Ken Masters, boy. And Akuma.
Have you done VR?
Yeah, scary. When Matt Richards, Matt,
Yeah.
one of my best friends, he had that VR in L.A., and they kept trying to get me to do the shark John, and I'm like, nope. Because that thing is
It's
right
too real.
new,
It's too real.
and you're surrounded by water. Nope,
So-
I'd piss my pants
So
and
when
die.
you jump out to LA for projects and stuff, how does that change up your routine? Like hotel life, all that kind of stuff?
L.A. is a monster. I don't get up as often as I want, but when I get up, it's a difference. They see the difference. Like that belly room, I make my own. Like
Right.
when I go to the comedy store, I make that belly room mine. It's like
Because you're getting reps that no comedian out there is able to get.
I get reps in New York. So I just take all that training, and then when I do get the 2 shows I get a week in
Right.
LA, you just put your foot and all the way up their ass. Like, oh, heard you? Oh, wow, yeah. I'm out here visiting again. You out here for pilot season? Yeah, I'm out here for pilot season. That's Derek Gate, because every time I go up, they either forget me, so my job is to go up there and knock them out again. Like, that's what I've been working on in New York since I've been gone. Remember me real fast. I'm there, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what, but everything's spread out in LA. It's just not, it's too boring in LA.
Yeah.
Just nothing to do all the time. It's just like, oh man, I wish I can get up every night, but you can't. I can get up every day of the week in New York. I can't do that in LA.
What do you do at night when you're not doing stand-up?
Just hanging out, or I'm at somebody's house. There's always a house party, or it's just hanging out at the Comedy Store, and that gets old quick.
If you're not going on, yeah.
Yeah, or you're just swiping Tinder or swiping Bumble to go hang out with some chick, because it's just boring.
Swipe life.
Coffee, you're just trying to find stuff to do, but most of the time ain't nothing to do. Oh God, it's so boring.
So in that environment, are you able to wedge yourself into a go to sleep at like A normal hour?
No, man, I'm not a normal.
No, I know, but if you don't have sets till 3,
I figure out other stuff to do. Or I'll go to the diner at 3 a.m.
Right.
And then type out jokes and eat omelets until 5 a.m.
That's great.
And then
I love
just
omelets.
doze off. It's like I doze off when it happens. I don't never force sleep. I just go, it'll happen when it happens.
What if you have a call time somewhere like 8?
Then that'll change. And then I got to go, all right, and I force myself to get a little rest. I'll go home. I'll turn the TV off at 2 and just sit in the dark and trick myself into.
So on a normal night, let's say your last set ends at what time?
I don't know. On a normal night.
Like,
I don't know, 11:30.
Oh, okay. And then what do? You go get something to eat?
Go hang out. Hang out in the stand and go down to the cellar, hang out with all of them. Because comics is out. We all hanging out.
Yeah.
All my buds are out. We're either sitting in some bar or we're at the Fat Black or we're at the cellar, shitting on each other. Girls come around. Mm-hmm. We hang out with them. Hey, and it's just the party life. You just see what happens. You just go. I'm always out, just hanging, just to see what's out.
Yeah.
And we're just laughing and carrying on. Because that's what we do. We laugh and carry on to the wee hours of the morning. It's just the life of a comedian. Right. Until you got some work to do. Like, shit, I got to go back to work on the Tracy Morgan thing next Wednesday. So Tuesday night, I'm going to turn in and try to be responsible because I got to act in the morning. But usually, you make a lot of money in like 1 or 2 days. Then you got all this free time.
And
what you going to do, bruh?
Yeah.
Things have changed. I ain't going to lie.
Sure.
They've changed. I'm not a janitor no more. It's pretty wild.
No,
It's
great.
you go, wow. Let's not say celebrity.
No.
But it's just,
Sure.
yeah.
No, yeah. That
I'm
makes
just
sense.
a comic. Just comics life.
Yeah. And then when you get home at night, you got you more video games.
Either that, it's either Family Guy on loop, which I'm done with. So Family Guy was on loop. And I just put Family Guy in the background.
Yeah.
To watch every episode or just...
Either watch every episode or
That's
just be
your
doing
soundtrack.
something else and I can overhear it.
Yeah.
And I love the cutaway. Like some cutaways catch me sometimes. Like, that was actually pretty, And then,
it's Peter Griffin in the Knight Rider car.
just some but I'll be up, doing anything, writing. Listening to music a lot.
Yeah.
I'll be popping and locking in my room.
Derek can dance.
I can dance my ass off, so I'll be
Sure,
practicing
you
my
got
mirror sometimes.
the music background. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
and luck have it, sometimes a lady is over, and they take up my time.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that's always fun. When a lady comes over, none of that happens.
You just sit next to her and watch Family Guy.
Yeah, for maybe like 20 minutes.
This is my favorite episode.
For maybe like 20 minutes.
What music are you bumping, as the kids say?
I like, I'm...
Is that what the kids
That's
say?
what the kids
I'm
say
all,
right now.
I'm all...
Very hip.
I'll be high half the time. I'm under that inner vision, that fucking... I like that deep shit, like that Fly Low. I like that Thundercat, like synth... trip hop shit. I like,
okay.
I like, I listen to SoundCloud a lot, and I go deep into what these dudes is mixing in, like the underground.
The
Like I
laptop
like
people.
Tom Mensch and Flying Lotus, and I like a lot of Dilla beat. Like I like instrumentals. Like I like popping beats. I like West Coast.
So
like,
the
boogie
show
beat,
we just did, Vidiots, that was you watching mainstream
and I was
music
like,
and music videos. How was that for you?
That was cool.
Just say, we had Annie Letterman on, and I ended the podcast by being like, so, you watched like 100 music videos. What'd you think? She goes, this is kind of boring.
Yeah, man. It tested me and my best friend's chops. How fast and funny can we be watching whatever's thrown at us?
You guys crushed it.
Yeah, because we was like, damn, some of this, it was tough. Because I was trying to write some of this shit at home. Like, I don't have nothing for some of these, it's hard to get punchy and fun.
Yeah. But you could not tell in the edit. You guys were amazing.
Okay, cool.
You and Monroe Martin.
Yeah, we, it's chop building.
You still play the drums ever?
The Kunga drums, nah, I hear music in my head a lot. Like, I hang out with beatboxers.
Oh, really?
These guys called from the Beatbox House. They're real cool. I plan on doing more projects with them, like more promo videos, because they make music with their mouth, and that's how
I've seen you do it on stage as part of your act.
Yeah, that I'm okay at it, but I'm about to have them train me. So when I do this joke one more time before I get rid of it, it'll be a really, really tight beat that I do. But music is fun. Beats. I like drums. You go, like I hear it good, especially when you're high. You hear it really well.
Sure.
You go, yeah. And now I listen to stuff like that.
That's awesome.
What kind of drums these weird DJs, these weird producers got?
Yeah.
I listen for the weird drums and the good drums, like those other funky beats. Yeah. I listen to a lot of old James Brown a lot too.
Well, Prodigy just died today.
Ain't that a bit? Yeah. That's
Talk
crazy.
about beats and
That's crazy.
just experimental.
Prodigy, not the other guy, not the group, the one guy from.
one guy.
Yeah.
From Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Matt knows.
From
I just know this. I just know
That's
it.
why my, yeah.
This
Okay,
is
that makes
sad,
sense.
but I only know it from Hit 'Em Up.
Yeah.
Where he what's it called?
Hit him up is the
When
best.
y'all motherfuckers got sickle cell or something.
Yeah.
That's my entire Mobb Deep knowledge. But
Yeah.
um,
Okay, there's a lot. Shook Ones, classic.
yeah,
Shook one.
my
Nothing.
hip hop. We had Jensen Karp. He's a big hip hop guy. We had him. For whatever reason when I was growing up, I went towards alternative grunge rock, and my hip hop knowledge is very limited to like what you would hear like out at a bar when
Yeah,
you're trying to hook
Mile
up or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
8 Mile.
sure, yeah.
That song that he was getting hyped to in the beginning.
Yeah.
That's Prodigy.
Oh, really?
That's Mobb Deep.
Okay.
That's Shook Ones.
Yeah.
Ain't no such thing as halfway. There's a classic.
And then I have
Yeah.
heard it. Okay.
But nah, that's fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't mean to bring it down. I was
Yeah, you
just
did.
saying.
Did you think it was the same
just
as
jumped in.
Prodigy, the techno
No, I
guy?
thought it was the computer. Remember what Prodigy was the thing?
I get it. Yeah.
Let's go to the blow off.
yeah.
Oh wow.
You
yeah.
teased it.
Yeah.
How do you blow? What's you have a blow off story?
I
How do
blew
you
off-
blow people off?
I blew off the New Jersey Turnpike because they wanted to give me night shift, and my excuse was, "Hey, I need nights to do something else." So I guess I got to transfer to the Garden State Parkway. It was like, what?
Nobody leaves the
Nobody
toll booth.
leaves. It's a union job. You got full benefits
Right.
and all
You got
blah,
the-
blah 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I gotta go, guys. I need to do night shift somewhere else. I'm
You
getting
didn't
transferred.
you didn't tell them you were doing stand-up.
I did only to certain people,
Yeah.
and then they hated on me.
Yeah.
The fucking supervisor at New Jersey, I'll never forget this. When I got night shift, when I flipped it and I left and I got transferred to day shift at Garden State Parkway, he looks me dead in the face and goes, "Who's gonna help you now, Eddie Murphy?" I was like, "What? I'm leaving. I'm not costing y'all anything. I'm out." And he had to throw shade at me. So, in my head. So I took it and was like, "Nah, I help myself." I told him that. Nah, I'll probably help myself.
Now you can find him and say, "Hey, look,
Yeah.
I'm working with Tracy
Also,
Morgan."
get a more updated reference, right?
Yeah. Who's gonna help you now, Eddie Murphy? Because these motherfuckers couldn't understand. Like, union people are locked in the union.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm all in my head
their whole
chasing
life.
dreams. I'm like, hey, y'all should come to New York sometime and see me. It was so far away. I'm like, the skyline is right there. That's the sky. I can see it from where we work from. It's not that far. But they didn't think like that. And I had to get out of there because I was always calling out, making excuses to do comedy shows.
When you
I
were-
was sick. Oh, the level of, I'm
Right.
sick.
So the
Every possible excuse.
so the Parkway is like a workout.
And I used to get fined, and I used to get suspended for absentee. I remember when I tried to apply for unemployment. You got to get fired.
Yeah.
So when I got fired, they didn't give me unemployment because I didn't have enough days in the record
Oh, wow.
to get it because I was always out doing jokes. And but you got to understand the things that I did at that job were just I used to sleep 5 and 6 hours, and I used to like.
Did
when
you
there was
bring a lunch?
when there was Jordan drops? Like when Jordan drops,
Yeah,
came
you're like, I'm out.
Where'd you
I
sleep?
used to come into work late because I had to wait in line to pick up Jordan.
That's
I used to come to. I didn't even care.
life.
Wow.
You
And
gotta
it's
do it.
union. You
Yeah.
couldn't get fired. It took me 3 years. 3 years it took me to get fired. I was trying to leave when I was 25. I was
Wow.
like, all right, I'm gonna figure out a way to get fired, collect unemployment so I can be a comedian. Fuck all this janitor shit. It took me from 25 to 28 to get fired. And when I got fired when I was 28, that's when the struggle really started.
Yeah.
That's when the whole real
You
comedy
lost
journey started.
your union benefits.
Yeah, I lost all that shit. But now, blow-offs. And you text girls, hey, something came up when you don't want to hang with them.
Yeah,
But that's as far as I'll go.
but they know how to find you.
Yeah,
You're in like 8 places.
Yeah. So,
People know what that means. Something came up.
hey, something came up.
It's a universal language.
Yeah.
They'll find somebody else.
They
got
call
It'll
it
be okay.
ghosting now.
I got it, yeah, or ghosting.
Yeah. This has been awesome, dude.
Okay,
So much
yeah,
fun.
I know. I'm sorry to make y'all laugh more, but
No,
Oh my God! No, this was fascinating. I didn't know any of the janitorial.
yeah.
Plus, you're the first
I used to
person.
clean up cop shit. I used to clean up the New Jersey Turnpike police station where the troopers went.
Wow.
Scary shit. Because even though working there, I still felt like they was.
You see
they
the
itchy trigger
drunk?
finger.
You see the drunk lockup?
Yeah, all that. I see. I used to see that. I used to clean around it.
You're
And
like,
they be in there all. They look terrible too.
they're going that
Highway garbage. When they put them highway garbage in
Yeah,
their
yeah,
cell,
yeah.
They're going that black guy's got something in his hand. They're going, yeah, it's a mop.
it's a mop.
What do you?
I used to be there when they bring in busts, like when they be having big drug busts.
Oh, wow.
Bunch of like all the, money, cocaine, all that. They used to be in the office, and I used to just clean around it.
Yeah. Wow.
With your Walkman.
I'd be like, yeah. Woo.
Would you have a Discman?
Probably had a Discman. Either a Discman or
Man,
Graphic equalizer?
Discman. I think I had a Discman. And then when the iPhone started.
You know Gary Goldman's bit about the Discman? Oh,
It's probably great.
it's the best.
It's good. It's good. You've had like a lot of life experience, which is good.
Yeah, you got
Comedy.
to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to live. Yeah.
And now you're prospering.
I'm doing good. I'm growing.
This is good.
What do you want to promote or mention? What do you got? Can you say about
June 30th? I'll be at the Stand. I'm calling the 2 sets I'm doing the swag of ODB. I'm just going in extra hard this time.
Nice.
Like,
Okay.
I'm going in like the
Is it
beginning
like an
of Brooklyn
hour?
Zoo. Nah, I'm just doing 15 minutes, but it's a new 15.
It's going to be the new
and it's just going to be very raucous.
Okay.
And it's very mean.
Is
Well,
there-
not mean, but very... It's very ODB.
Is there a release date for the Tracy?
I don't know. It's in the fall sometime.
Okay.
Do you have a
CBS.
Tracy Morgan anecdote yet?
A good one. The shit he said to me is like grim. Like he'll say stuff like this that makes me laugh on set. Like if we if we do the role too hard, like we put too much on it, he'll say take away the play and add some pimp it. You'd be like, okay, I see what you mean.
Right,
yeah. He'd be like, yeah, like you do. They'll be like, cut, do that again. He'd be like, yeah, take away the play and put in some pimp. All right, then, nigga. And you'd be like, yeah, all right. Okay.
I believe he got that from Tina Fey.
And he'd be like,
That was the direction.
all kinds of shit. Like it's funny. Like live in the moment. And live in the moment, all right? Make these characters. That's why you here, right, nigga? And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Right? Just act a little bit. Sit in the fucking thing, bro. It's redemption. This is what we did.
Your Tracy Morgan is an Italian mobster.
It's kind of weird. I don't have the best Tracy, but
No, it's great.
It's your loss. And it's funny how he say funny shit.
That was good.
Yeah.
And then somebody gets pregnant, and
But no, he don't say as outlandish shit, but he still said. And him and Cedric back and forth. It's some funny shit to watch.
Oh yeah.
I'm not good with impersonations. I'm just good with stand up.
Cedric was my favorite of the Kings of Comedy.
That's my mom's favorite.
His set killed me. The whole parallel parking thing.
with the space shuttle.
Yeah.
He's also a great actor. He's been in a couple movies where like he kind of comes in and steals the scene. Like what's that? Yeah, top five.
He
And
killed
was
Top 5.
at Bad Santa, right? Is Cedric?
No, all right, that's Bernie Mac. Get your
No.
comments right.
Wait, it's not. It's not.
Bad Santa's Bernie Mac.
Santa's Bernie Mac. Wait, I swear to God, there's a movie. Look.
While Matt
Bernie
looks
Mac-
it up. While
Give
Matt
us-
looks it up, have you ever worked with Hamburger?
What's the movie?
Yeah.
Really?
Do you, like if
He's a legend
Wait.
to me. He's my favorite comic. Hamburger.
he got a cutaway in Family Guy,
Real? Oh yeah.
and I bet he don't know that, but I'm like, dude, you made it to Family Guy.
Oh my
They
goodness.
talk about him. Talk about a lot. They bring his name up and
Earthquake?
everything. Earthquake is great.
Were you the kid? Did you grow up watching Def Comedy Jam and all
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Especially in high school, like that. My 9th grade year when I was getting teased in the hallways, my mom didn't want me to fight, so I started watching a lot of Def Jam. And I learned how to-
Right, just taking lines. You posted not too long ago on Facebook a great Bernie Mac clip of like 19-year-old Bernie in the jeans.
Yeah, he
That
murdered
said
that
Bernie.
shit.
That said
That is
Bernie
still-
Mac.
Still one of the best sets ever.
It was the best. Well, Matt's
I
Googling.
can't find it. There was a movie I saw. It was not a movie you'd expect to see. Intolerable Cruelty. Coen Brothers movie. Cedric
it.
the Entertainer's in it, and he's good in it.
There you go. We got that's
There you go.
our
Intolerable
recommendation.
It's George Clooney and Alex knows what I'm talking about.
You'll rent it.
Yeah.
Derek, this was wonderful.
Twitter. You're on Twitter.
Twitter, Derek One Gaines on Twitter. At the Great Boy on Instagram.
Okay, and Tinder. You are. No, I'm just kidding.
At
yeah.
the Great Boy
Yeah. Okay.
is his Instagram.
Nice.
Yeah, and I got a show coming out August 20th. Matter of fact, me and Monroe, we got a show at Fat Black Pussycat on August 22nd called No Need for Apologies. It's me doing a half and him doing a half.
Oh, I will come to see that
That's gonna
because
be-
you guys crushed it for us on the show.
Yeah,
And
August 22nd.
I'm
Fat
forever
Black
a
Pussycat.
fan, man.
8
You're the
o'clock.
best.
No need for apologies. Me and Monroe Mark.
Gosh, Derek Gaines.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Stay busy, everybody.
Yeah.
They only get my voicemail 'cause I'm busy. Whenever I get with her, say I'm busy. And I'm gonna hit you later 'cause I'm busy. Busy with her.